Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As I said on a few occasions, I dislike very much when my predictions or my assessments, analysis come true. Why is that? It's because I usually analyze garbage these guys are doing, and my predictions are based on more garbage on their garbage. So let me explain. I stumbled over one article from Russia Today where they use Tucker Carlson's statements regarding the weapons the United States of America gives to Ukraine and end up on Mexican drug cartels. This is according to Tucker Carlson. So Ukraine selling US weapons to Mexican drug cartels. Tucker Carlson. I predicted this. No, I didn't. I predicted it because it was obvious that those, and I spoke many times about the javelins being supplied to the Ukrainians could go, and I mean will end up on the black market, and eventually some criminal gangs will settle scores with politicians in Europe and United States of America and Canada, and not only. Because I know how corruption works in those countries where I'm coming from. And these guys are just baboons, or they don't care. They get their money, and then the consequences will be pointed towards, oh, that's his fault. So I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happens. It's not necessary that Tucker Carlson tells the truth, but I never heard him say a lie. I mean, he's a human being. He might have, information that we don't have through certain channels. Nevertheless, this is a confirmation from a heavy name. It's not like Gigi or Tommy, and I use that as a confirmation. Not that I need one, because my predictions, when I make a prediction, I have a high probability of that particular issue that I predict come true. So let's read this article, because I'm going to use some other articles to show you how the Americans are doing with this kind of things. Kiev resells up to half of its Western military aid on international black markets, the American journalist has claimed. A significant portion of the weapons Washington has provided to Kiev as military aid in its conflict with Russia ends up in the hands of America's, and I'm quoting, actual enemies, including Mexican drug cartels, U.S. journalist Tucker Carlson has claimed. And I'm quoting Tucker right here. The Ukrainian military is selling American weapon systems on the black market, including to drug cartels. This war is killing the United States of America, Colonel Daniel Davis on how Donald Trump can end it. So this is what they say. So he says that Carlson said Washington has provided Kiev with hundreds of billions of dollars worth of arms, a significant portion of which is being stolen and sold to our actual enemies, including drug cartels on our border. He also claimed that weapons from Ukraine can easily be purchased online, describing the situation as a quote-unquote crime and nightmare. I said this in many videos. One of them, which was on February 2nd, 2025, Cartels declare wars on U.S. Cartels authorize drone explosives used on U.S. personnel agents. And I said, I told you. This is only one. If I put here, for instance, let's see, right there. Chicken come home to roost. Poland worried about crime flowing into EU plus US from Ukraine after war, published February 4th. And I did a lot of videos and I stated this many times. That will end up here, and you have organized crime settling scores. That is, if they don't get what the Western new politicians, let's say we have a few that disagree to support arms shipment to Ukraine, that means drying out the black market, right? They could make sure that that politician with a javelin, while that guy, I don't know, with a helicopter or flying, or his home with those drones that nowadays are this big with a little thing underneath, just go and drop it. And I explained this in my previous videos. Go and check them out. I think this is a serious problem, and these guys will claim it is Putin's fault because all of this, not their imbecilic run after profits. But here we have another example from Business Insider. Drone headsets sent to Russian troops were booby-trapped to explode when switched on, state media says. So that means someone sent some headsets for drones and they had explosives in them. Now you can say that, oh well, those are in the war. Do you think that those things could not be activated and purchased by others? I'm going to give you another example. Why am I saying this? If they use it against military targets, bad people can use them against whomever they want to settle scores. Now let me show you this one from the Times of Israel. That's the newspaper right there. And if you remember this one, Netanyahu gifted Trump a golden pager at White House meeting, Prime Minister's office confirms. So, referencing Israeli operation that decimated Hezbollah, PMO says gift symbolizes the Prime Minister's decision that led to a turning point in the war. Trump was very happy, and I guarantee you, this golden pager will be placed somewhere in Trump's office. I guarantee you that. So why did I mention this one? What happened? Israel, through some firms from Hungary and with some pagers and walkie-talkies, I think from Indonesia or something, somewhere, I can't remember where it was, South Korea, I think it was, they placed explosives and they were delivered to the Hezbollah or Hamas. Only these guys was Hezbollah or the Hamas, Hezbollah. So they were intended for their enemies. The problem is when you have a pager, you have a walkie-talkie, maybe that rings and the guy accesses it while he is at the table with his family. Maybe he's driving in a car with his children. Well, guess what? They didn't care about that. And there are not accounts. There are numbers of civilians killed in these pager and walkie-talkie explosions that Netanyahu is so proud of. So I guess collateral damage, as they call it, when other people's relatives are dying, but when there's a crime, they didn't care about it. I think there were a lot of civilians, so they give this to Trump. Trump, the imbecile, he's just accepting that like a cock in his ass or a dildo. Anyway, so here we have with that one, remember, you got the pagers, you can have a pager. You have walkie-talkie, you can have a walkie-talkie. You have a phone, you can have a phone. You have headset, you can have a headset sent to you. You have a drone, you can do that. A javelin, you can go and buy it. My friends, all these things will come back, as I said, towards us. You're going to bite us, not them, us. You know what's going to happen? Another prediction. When these things will happen, I predict, let's say a politician will be targeted by the cartels or something like this. You know what these great politicians of ours, the leaders, will do? They will start infringing our liberties. You know, with what aim? Professed aim? To protect us. So they will say, in order to protect you from something that we kind of created indirectly, we're going to come back and fix it for you. This is what the politicians do. They never never fix things completely. Why? Otherwise we wouldn't need them over there. So they're going to fix something that they should look in the mirror and take responsibility. But this is democracy and freedom in the greatest country in the world. What do you think? You're going to have pagers, you're going to have walkie-talkies, you're going to have telephones, you're going to have headsets, you're going to have little drones of Arkansas, you're going to have javelins, and who knows what else they have. I explained in the other videos how easily it is to have, I don't know, about 25 drone operators around Washington, D.C. operating 25 little drones. And let's say Donald Trump has a little White House lawn speech, speaking with the reporters, as he did before. And all those 25 drones fly very low, and they go and meet him on the lawn. Well, you can have pew, 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 pow, pow, pow. Out of those 25, even if you are behind a bulletproof glass, which he doesn't do on the White House lawn, as far as I saw in the past. What do you think will happen? And I'm giving you Trump only. I want to see, I don't know, So what are they going to do? Do you think that Secret Service is like Hollywood? They're just going to roll over and you're going to have Tom Cruise killing all of them and then running around? No. And then guess what's going to happen? We're going to have a September 11. We're going to have the September 11, oh my God, your rights now, or the pandemic. Yeah, everybody shut the fuck up. You do what we do because we've been on attack. So we have to defend you. That's what's going to happen. And that's going to derail all Trump's policies that he's trying to implement, aside from the idiotic, slavish policy with the Middle East. That is, I would say, very bad for us, and specifically for the Palestinians. So this is, my friends, what's going to come up. I predict, and I said it on 2 more occasions, something major will happen here. Negative. And these guys will use it in order to put us back to work in the basements, shut the hell up, pay your taxes, and don't criticize anybody. You'll see. You can just to connect some dots. Remember how they pulled building 11 or 7th, what was it in the Manhattan? It was unaffected by the terrorist attack, but hey, we decided to pull it off or pull it down. Remember that the guy in charge of him, he owned it, like the centers. What do you mean? So it was go and check things out, my friend. My point is, it's gonna come, and they will not take responsibility for their actions. They will come to save you or us by protecting us. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.